Following President Muhammadu Buhari's extension of the deadline for the validity of the nation's redesigned 200 Naira notes to April the 10th, some Nigerians have expressed concerns, saying they fear it will not address the issue of cash scarcity being witnessed across the country. They made this known while speaking to News Central's television crew in the nation's capital, Abuja. Our correspondent, Edon Joseph, completed this report.
Following widespread protests across the country, Nigeria's federal government finally decided to address agitated citizens who have expressed their displeasure over the Naira Redesign policy that has immensely limited cash in circulation. President Muhammadu Buhari, during a State of the Nation address, says despite a Supreme Court ruling calling for a stay of execution on the matter, the federal government has approved an extension of the use of the old 200 Naira notes along its redesigned counterparts.
To further ease the supply pressures, particularly to our citizens, I have given approval to the CBN that the old 200 Naira banknotes be released back into circulation and that it should also be allowed to circulate as legal tender with the new 200 Naira, 500 Naira, and 1,000 Naira banknotes for 60 days from February 10th, 2023 to April 10th, 2023, when the old 200 Naira notes ceases to be legal tender.
Speaking to a cross-section of Nigerians in the nation's capital, Abuja, some of them have refused to express optimism that a new decision by the president will not address the scarcity of cash or the current hardship being faced by Nigerians.
It won't solve the problem. It will alleviate some of the pains of some people. The question now is, what percentage of the money in circulation is 200 Naira? Is it up to 50%? Is it up to 20%? Is it up to 30%?
If you go around Abuja metropolis now, you see that most of those banks are not even functioning again. And even for you to even see money is a problem. For instance, now in my area where I stay now, if they are giving you 10,000 Naira for POs, they will charge you 3,000 Naira. You will end up getting 7,000 Naira. So it's not a welcome idea. For only him to say they should release 200 Naira note is even not a welcome idea because we are suffering it.
Others, however, commend the announcement by the president, but think it should have come sooner.
Being the lowest among the three, you have people using Okada, people buying groundnuts, people buying tomato, people buying fish. At least it can ease a little bit.
Well, it will help to an extent. It can help to an extent, but we don't even know how long it will help us to, even though they have given a deadline. I don't know.
My worries is that the president allowed this to linger for a very long time. From that on the 10th till now, he will have made the broadcast that they should allow the 200, if the 200 Naira is the old 200 is going to allow, or the 500 Naira that is going to allow, the 1,000 old note is going to allow to work side by side with the new ones.
While the old denomination of Nigeria's 200 Naira notes now remains legal tender till April the 10th, citizens will be hoping that Nigeria's Apex Bank can make the notes readily available for public use.
The governor of Nigeria's Apex Bank has appealed to citizens for understanding and patience over the Naira redesign policy. Governor Mimefele, while speaking to newsmen after a meeting with Nigeria's President Muhammadu Buhari, following the deadline extension of the 200 Naira notes, the denomination said the policy will, in the long run, benefit citizens. He said it will impact security of the nation's economy and help curb corruption.
The truth is this, we are all servants. We are serving Nigerians. As far as I'm concerned, the Honorable Attorney General of the Federation has spoken on this matter, and the President has sealed the whole of the issues this morning in his broadcast. And I think I can only just appeal to Nigerians, let's allow this policy to work. This policy is one policy that goes to solve the problem of reducing corruption and illicit financial flows. This policy goes to resolve some of the problems in the economy. This policy also goes to reducing the level of insecurity in the country. So these three issues, which are the tripod of this administration's policy, are all embedded in this policy. We should just allow it to work. We keep saying this. There are some temporary pains, but I can assure Nigerians that the long-run benefit to Nigeria is overwhelming, and we should just give it a chance to work.
Now, joining me on NC Continental Prime to discuss the President's address is the legal practitioner, Gbenga Abia. One welcome to you, Jimmy, and thanks for joining us on NC Continental Prime.
My pleasure being with you this evening.
Now, Jimmy, what are the legal implications of the President's speech this morning that the Apex Bank allow the old and new 200 Naira notes to circulate till April the 10th?
You know that there has been a ruling of the Supreme Court, temporary though, but there's a standing ruling of the Supreme Court that the status quo ante bellum, status quo ante be maintained, and that means that the old notes should also, the entire old notes being the 1,000, the 500, and the 200 should be allowed in circulation, because that's what the status quo ante actually implies in that situation. However, what the President has done this morning has been to say that this 200 Naira only, in the absence of the 500 and the 1,000 Naira old notes, the 200 Naira would exist side by side with the new notes. And how I would look at it is that it's either to look at it as a partial compliance with the order of the Supreme Court, or to look at it as, some may look at it as,
contempt of court.
To that, yes. Contempt takes a proceeding. There's a proceeding, to get to that point of contempt. Yes, but, for now, we could say what some persons can look at it as disobedience to court orders, but there have also been some to the order of court. There have also been some who look at it as partial compliance. Maybe the full compliance will come in later. Maybe the government, is looking at maybe implementing that of the 500 and the 1,000 Naira, subsequently. But from the order of court, you can see that the point is that the order of court has not been fully complied with. That is the position.
Now, what are your thoughts on these directives by the Supreme Court and federal government, and also some state governments that are resisting this order?
Yes. The state governments, I'm sorry, let me get you right. You're talking about state governments that are resisting the order of court or the order of the president?
The order of the president.
Okay, yes, there are state governments who have gone to court, and then some also seeking to rejoin in the suit against the federal government, saying that it has brought untold hardship to citizens in their states. So that this policy of the central bank has brought some hardship on citizens, and that's on the basis on which they have tried, to bring that action. They have actually brought that action before the Supreme Court. But of course, questions on jurisdiction have also been raised. First of all, is to know whether a legal right actually exists, and whether it is also something that comes within the jurisdiction of the Supreme Court. But that is for the court to determine.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Gbenga Abia, for your analysis. We'll definitely be monitoring this fast development situation. Thanks.
My pleasure being with you. My pleasure, yeah.